Good afternoon to everyone whom this may concern. The argument raised was current scientific and technological development and its social significance. My argument was, is science and technology bane or boon regarding social significance? I believe scientific and technological development plays a huge role in generating some of the main problems we face today. And while it seems bad, on the other hand, it still emphasizes the great impact it has also played in society. Before I elaborate thoroughly on the pros and cons of science and technology, let us, in a nutshell, define science and technology respectively. According to Google, which assuredly knows everything, science is the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of physical and natural world through observation and experiment. Google also mentioned that technology is the application of that knowledge for practical purposes, especially in these industries. I am from an era where crime and rate is extraordinary negatively, not to mention the death rate. One may ask, and how has science and technology affected the rise of crime rate? Great question. Back in primitive times, there was not much crime and violence because weapons were limited. In recent times, as science and technology develops, the advancement of weapons and bombs and biochemicals and nuclear weapons has therefore contributed greatly in crime and violence. Guns are there to protect, they say. But, however, because of science and technology, guns were created, and now the sad reality is that it is available to the wrong people. Countries are fighting against countries, bombing each other for silly reasons, killing the population. We may not always agree, but I am positive that with such advancement of science and technology, less destructive and deadly ways would be used to solve our conflicts. As I continue to elaborate the cons of society and technology, I stumbled upon pollution. Pollution is one of the biggest problems faced today in the world as a result of scientific and technological development. There are three main types of pollution: water, air, noise. However, I care to embellish more on water. We all need water to survive, and while it's not much of a challenge to go without food for weeks, it is a real struggle to go without water for just days. According to the World Count site, we use 10 billion tons of water worldwide daily for irrigation, washing, drinking, industrial processes, etc. Science and technology improvement contributes to water pollution as factories dump toxic waste into rivers, ponds, oceans, and even small drains. This issue may relate more specifically to third world countries because lacking of funds may not allow the proper disposal system necessary. The water bodies of the planet in turn becomes their waste disposal units. This is a very dangerous act, as in the same water is what we use on a daily basis in many ways. The toxins and chemicals from waste helps to accommodate bacteria that forms deadly waterborne diseases. This too can result in extinction of our food, such as fish and their habitat, hence the extinction of humans. But is science and technology bad in its entirety though? I don't think so. Let us drift a bit from the cons. Man has progressed through science and technology, and today it has made it seemingly possible. Who knew he could have reached the moon? He started from as ancient as the donkey cart, to buggies, to boats and ships and aircrafts, until he finally reached the moon. That is progress enough to show that science and technology has impacted our lives positively. Through technology, a lot of machines were invented for different purposes. However, they make life easier and more comfortable. In ancient times, it took a letter weeks to get to its destination, and bear in mind that was the only communication in those times. Now, the world is being referred to as a global village since the telephone and computer, the two most used electronic devices, used both for social and business purposes, were invented. Today, it takes a second to get to somebody halfway around the world from you. With the improvement of science and technology, our standard of living, quality of life, and our economies have improved. Countries are better able to communicate, make deals, and trade with each other by using a telephone or computer for a conferencing call, using an aircraft to fly to a business meeting, or using cargo ships to transport goods easily. Machines has also contributed to the rise in production level, as it is way easier and more efficient to have capital-intensive production, that is, use of more machines for production, than labor-intensive production. Not to mention how effective science and technology has been on health issues. In terms of finding vaccines and cures for diseases, we have come a long way. Things that are happening today because of science and technology and its enhancement were not this advanced in the last 30 years or more. Current scientific and technology development and its social significance has pros and cons. Yes, it is a two-sided story.